Okay, we'd like to welcome everybody to this amazing day where we are celebrating and also sharing the knowledge about fighting drug and substance abuse among the youth. So we have a lot of youth representing. Do we have Mombe in the house? Do we have Garden in the house? Do we have Mandevu in the house? Do we have Mtendere in the house? Oh, Mtendere is serious, hey? So we're going to have a lot of things happening today. We're going to be sharing some plays, some music, some different types of entertainment, which is meant to also educate us on the dangers of drug abuse. But before we start all that, let's do the national anthem, and we'll have the band lead us. kuimba na nyimbo ya drag. DJ, President. Mr. Fo, West Side. Do it. West Side Productions Music. Let's go. I got right on the beat. Father, I do it for you. Productions Music. Let's go. I got right on the beat. Father, I do it for you, including you, my mother.
Bolo nyumba nivo momanga nivo msowa wanye nilichengu sanga utamangira dream gani pisha chigarenga
nilina dream olo nili mumeso kumaenda mizini shabato mweso olo mabonja mazakara mache olo makambe na silingareke
mulenga tele mabo yourself ungawa use kwanjiro wa mavela materas mawansewa wafuro wako sosila life ungawa use kwa muzo just tell them
mulenga mtonga pa flaje muzo lena ni mauza kuti maneke life ya wanzo mahalo maneke one muzo
Best our boots are all at Western Productions. Where you get sons and daughters of kings. With Christ, DJ Pride on the mix. God, Grace, Cargo, Mr. Folk, the harmonizer, Chill. Zion Theater. And next time you're looking for the best, finally quality has an address. We are signing out. Set killer dancers. We love it. I like it. West Side Archie's Music Club.
We have resolved as a Drug Enforcement Commission that we will never work in isolation. A lot of the citizens outside there, they know us as by December, who will arrest you when they find you smoking. P.S. We are glad today to indicate clearly that the law that empowers us to arrest, it is the same law that gives us the mandate to do what we are doing today, to partner with different organizations, to reach out to communities and begin to speak about the devastating effects of abusing drugs. And we have a number of interesting programs that my team here will be sharing with you. And one of the programs that we do is counseling. If you have a problem with drugs, you come forth and we'll sit, reason together and talk. P.S. We are so excited to indicate to you that when you were appointed as PS for the ministry, we were overwhelmed with joy because we know your history. I remember the Kabanana days. I don't want to go into those details. And in this regard, we congratulate you on your well-deserved appointment. Your record is clear for all to see where you have come from. We've seen your passion about the things of God. We've seen your passion about the youth of this great country. And therefore, even as we partner with the ministry, we are very convinced that in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years, our youth will never be the same again. It is for this reason that we are making it very clear that we are open. Come forth. You may have a problem. You may know somebody in the neighborhood who has this problem. Come forth, we talk, and we'll find solutions to the problems that anchor on abuse of drugs. Merry Christmas and a great 2022. God bless you all.
Yeah. I got Israel on this. And Mukema do. Sing something for them, man.
Kutala watekanya Eli watampa pokulanda Ukuzanda zanda tawaka sange futishinka Balatala watekanya Eli watampa pokuvoka Ukuzanda zanda tawaka sange futishinka Lo 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 Mamina Lo 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 lo
Majoleti la shani Sandupange pulani Amatempa nishani Ukwebele nani Waletila mula bulaza alenda ukabala mfwaya bulaza ndasenga ukanomba kunsoni mwabepa n'obufi nimwemulenga ti madamu alenda uta kubondi nishiyapya ngembawula yazanda pabondi ndesola masanda na foni foshishi bendanda fesori abo teba nobe iwe nayameno muchensana niwebo bakepaya iwe lyonse nilauti fyonse vefyabu fitekanya wekanya
kutala watekanya eri watampa pokulanda ukuzanda zanda tawaka sange pwefishinka balatala watekanya eri watampa pokuvoka ukuzanda zanda tawaka sange pwefishinka lololo 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 mami nati lololo
ujoleti la shani sandupange pulani amatempanishani ukwebele nani ulomfwira sana banobe iwe ili ashife kwali balyonsenine elyo ulefwaya njikale panonebu ifyabu vivyo nkutike palastine nalaluba nga wakuli nga walatuma elo nomba epalafuma na mahani amalava masori nga watoloma nomba tefufo bekala ifo lyonse kusebana iwe lyonse nilauti fyonse vefyabu fitekanya wekanya
kutala watekanya eri watampa pokulanda ukuzanda zanda tawaka sange pwefishinka balatala watekanya eri watampa pokuvoka ukuzanda zanda tawaka sange pwefishinka lololo 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 mami nati lololo
ujoleti la shani sandupange pulani amatempanishani ukwebele nani ulwambo kufyongo ni katalisti na dandi valeti ni satanisti abantu bafwaya fefya kulwafye na lungu valeti ni chako lwafye shinkama tuwe bekukowesha mentena nomo bekukolwesha ushefya fuma kuisefya kwambana twalishiwa nefyo tusendana shibomfyako patience leniency mami iwe lyonse nilauti fyonse vefyabu fitekanya wekanya
kutala watekanya eri watampa pokulanda ukuzanda zanda tawaka sange pwefishinka balatala watekanya eri watampa pokuvoka ukuzanda zanda tawaka sange pwefishinka lololo 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 mami nati lololo
ujoleti la shani sandupange pulani amatempanishani ukwebele nani imukema kitu Israeli showcase mashup Spark smiling Mindy boy Jose Dima rest in peace young son yeah DJ Showster Biggie man Eli Kasuria Kapon Busy
já foi kicha sembe sina gwira pasona pondo gwirwa ai kulinga kuna mtima manje apa ngabwerera Está sokoloka bakati nda kuchizo ya ha tememo pesi va lota kwenda itakari aka kwa kwanza tukibuliza hii Wasifuneka yambujuja mrasta basona batipanga twazini.
That's what I was talking about. Have you done that? Yeah? Oh, wait, Pangona, I'll call you. I'll call you. You, John!
Uncle, you're back.
Hey, I'm back. Now what's
How is
happening?
your day, uncle?
My day has been fine. Now what's happening, Muno Munyumba? Why is it smelling as if Mutabemamo Cham?
Uncle, na imwe mbona vintu.
You were telling me that Nambona Vintu.
Na imwe mbona chani, ukimwona chani.
But what is happening? What were you doing in this house?
Uncle, I'm standing and I'm even speaking to you guys.
What's that behind you?
What is what? My back, Uncle.
That behind you. You were Johnny? John?
Uncle is ni abwanji man.
John! You mean inside my house? You have been smoking?
Uncle ni German unani huyo?
Which German?
German abaka radio ujana mambo sumona.
John, my God.
Uncle sapombana na mumuona mkambisani muntu na hivi.
You have even started hallucinating.
Ruchani uncle, sitani respond it's rude muda kuposha nsimu yanga na hivi.
Sweetheart! Sweetheart!
Easy.
Sweetheart!
Easy.
So, you mean when we are out of this house, this is what you have been doing, right? You know that this is a crime. Shut up. Look at what John is doing in this house.
Uncle.
So you brought him here to be smoking chamba munamunyumba, eh?
Johnny!
You see? Eh?
Mama, muli kumunzi, mwashitanyanga bwanju kwa kuti alete matani pano panyumba.
Easy anti-Simaliro ni German,
Which German? Is it Don't pity me.
Chifuni komenye waichi. Nukumenyi wakuli wadeke mamanga 8 years.
Look, if you are going to do that, you are going actually to make a big mistake. How are people going to look at us at this community?
They will look at nice.
Kulibe, what we are supposed to do, look at his status. Look, he's even hallucinating. Actually, we need to help him and take him to Deki, but for cancelling, not for arresting.
Kulibe, as you have vichani pali cancelling. As you have vichani, but Deki, vango stage dance, washita chapter mochi, kuti ui muntu akwae jangi, atingo pepa chamba.
Cancelling. This pains me actually, because this younger man here, he's supposed to be a future doctor, but don't beat. I've already told you don't beat. At the head of this house, I'm telling you to stand down your clouds over there. Because this boy needs to go through counseling.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. You know, there's nothing to debate about it. Or batters, or beatles, or what. I'm taking this boy right now for counseling. You, let's go. Let's go. Carry on. Be careful.
Monga pajane buli kwetienda sitizira koma chikulupililo cheve tilinacho. The sun rises from the east like the beginning of a great generation germinating from the roots. The sun sets to the west like the ending of a great generation depending on drugs. Deceptions, deceiving my exceptions, depicting pictures of hallucination, confusing confusers with mental delusions. Drugs are a stream of death, flowing without a season, and killing with the reason of eliminating every patriotic citizen.
This cigarette is part of me. It feels so tantalizing, so sweet and mesmerizing.
It makes my happiness rising. My worries are now decreasing. As I place it on my sweet lips, it feels so nice and sweet. In my eyes, it's so attractive. My sweet lips feel so impressive. As I inhale it, the smoke that diffuses in my air sacs makes my lungs run in total explicitity. The day before yesterday, I was using it.
Yesterday, I was using it.
Even today, I'm using it.
Oh no! I think I'm drug dependent. This cigarette is so decadent. I'm addicted.
My brain is washed away. I think I'm going astray. My mind is depicting pictures of hallucination. Hell no! I'm going insane. I can't handle this pain. Everything is going in vain. My mind is depicting pictures of hallucination. Hell no! My soul is deeply troubled. Last night with an opposite sex drunk we cuddled, laid each other in bed, had sex without
My mind impregnated with thoughts like, am I going to be pregnant? And what am I going to tell my parents?
Slowly we are losing our culture. Surely are we even thinking about the future?
The crime rates in our nation are rising. People are stealing from each other just to raise a penny to buy drugs because they are addicted. No one is afraid of being abducted.
Nonsense! This is nonsense! Wana wakali wangono, waziba kudala sunko, ata ichi ni chifukwa cha makolo.
Y-O-U-T-H-E-O-B-V-R-A-D. Fighters want eradicate drugs in development is so Colombia. Show identity and blame no society. Don't give up, wait for tomorrow. The future holds nothing for the youth. Times are hard, jobs are so scarce. Mobilize and fight no to lose. Mobilize and fight no to lose. Mobilize and fight no to lose. This is our aim, not our name. Together we can fight against drug abuse. Y-O-U-T-H-E-O-B-V-R-A-D. Fighters want eradicate
It's great to be in an environment where there's so much passion and energy promoting the non-use of drugs, where normally entertainment actually promotes the use of such. So it's good to be in this environment. And thanks to Muzo, your energy is quite, it deserves going further than just this platform. The guest of honor, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts, Pastor Kangwa, the Director General, Drug Enforcement Commission, Dr. Msondo Simwai, Senior Officers from Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts, Senior Assistant Commissioner in charge of operations, the Drug Enforcement Commission, Mr. Joseph Kaluzi, Senior Assistant Commissioner in charge of Lusaka Province, Mr. Anderson Mbawe, Senior Assistant Commissioner in charge of Anti-Money Laundering Investigation Unit, Mrs. Priskero Besa, Senior Assistant Commissioner in charge of Education and Counseling, Dr. Isaac Masia, Assistant Commissioners from the Drug Enforcement Commission here present, senior and other officers here present, the youth groups that are participating in this awareness activity, invited guests, members of the press. Ladies and gentlemen, the United Nations on Drugs and Crime is delighted to be part of this awareness activity, which is being held under the theme, Fighting Drug Abuse Among the Youth. It goes without saying that the problem of drug abuse, especially among the youth, is not peculiar to Zambia, but common among many nations. The 2021 World Drug Report noted that globally, there are about 275 million drug users, with over 36 million of these suffering from drug use disorders. Drug and substance use is due to many factors, but we know in a country like Zambia that is fueled by individuals and organizations that want to profit from the same activity that has destroyed many lives across the world. UNODC, as part of the United Nations family, supports and strengthens country efforts aimed at combating drug trafficking and other organized crimes. Our partnership with the government of the Republic of Zambia through the Drug Enforcement Commission has been very cordial for many years, as we believe that the Commission is committed to the effective implementation of the United Nations treaties of 1961, 1971, and 1988. These treaties provide the legal foundation for action against drug-related offenses, of which Zambia has ratified and domesticated. At the same time, UNODC promotes and supports efforts of prevention, treatment, and care for drug use disorder. Prevention efforts, especially among the youth in the country, such as this one, are highly, highly commendable. And I wish to congratulate you, Director General, Dr. Smile, for this, and the entire DEC for this initiative and for hosting this activity. Ladies and gentlemen, it makes sad reading to hear that the Commission has arrested about 10,000 youths aged 15 to 25 in the past years for various drug-related offenses. This is the age range when many of these young people should be deciding their careers and building a foundation for themselves. It's even more sad to note that the history of drug-related offenses remain indelible against their names. Without a doubt, most of these offenders are in fact mere consumers that are targeted by drug traffickers who continue to profit at the expense of a would-be bright future of such young people. Therefore, the call for the fight against drug and substance use among the youth could not have come at a better time than this. And we therefore call on the various communities and organizations within the country to join such efforts and help rid of our society of such practices. We've seen and we've heard this morning that it doesn't take one person to fight. It takes a community, it takes a village, it takes a family, and then also the individual for us to make gains in the fight against the substance use. Therefore, every effort that is made towards the prevention and the treatment and the rehabilitation from drug use disorder is highly commendable and must be appreciated. It is for this reason that I wish to recognize the efforts of the Commission in making the area of raising awareness and counseling in persons with drug use disorder a key and important part of their work. We note that the Commission in the past 5 years has counseled over 3,000 youths and has helped them to have their lives restored back in order, and these have been aged between 15 and 25. Such efforts must be supported, again, to re-emphasize by all stakeholders, especially at family level, and to include even those younger than the current age. As we saw and we see the age of onset becomes lower and lower. So we should rather include those who are even younger than 15 in all efforts. Distinguished guests, Zambia is on an ambitious program to become a middle-income country by 2030. This, of course, requires the efforts of all the citizens in the country, especially the youth. It is for this reason that the youth must remain free from drug and substance abuse. UNODC remains committed to support the Drug Enforcement Commission in its efforts to combat illicit drug trafficking and use. We have partnered in the past in many aspects, and we shall continue to do so as long as the problem of drugs and substance abuse and related organized crimes linger. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I'd like to refer to two sentiments that have been said by two key advocates of the fight against illicit drugs and trafficking. Firstly, it is the UNODC Executive Director, Ms. Gadawali, who notes and shares share facts on drugs save lives, which has been the theme for 2021 in terms of combating drug trafficking and drug use. And therein, she says it is important to emphasize the importance of strengthening evidence base and raising public awareness, such as we're doing now, so that the international community, government, civil society organizations, family and youth can make informed decisions and better target efforts to prevent and treat drug use and tackle the world drug challenges. And secondly, to highlight also what the UN Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, has underscored, is that there's an urgent need to crack down on drug trafficking and those who profit from human misery, specifically by improving cross-border collaboration and cooperation, improved intelligence sharing and analysis across the entire drug supply chains, and targeting links between drugs, corruptions, arms, human trafficking, and terrorist networks. The second action he calls for in the area of the UN, mentioned is making sure that those who need treatment get it. We've been told there's a counseling point provided here, but more so, it is always available in designated areas. We have also Chainama, which offer those supports. So that is also what the UN calls and stands for. We therefore need to work together in ensuring that both the fight against illicit drug trafficking and the treatment of drug use disorders is enhanced in the country. I thank you all, and I wish you all a drug-free festive period. Thank you.
Mimba yao simbera bwino nimwemo che festi kankram apana nzambera ko bwino. Chani we
hello
chani
mama insani savuta kansi bwana insani savuta
ni chani wo problem yako
ona kako serious waziwa ka
ni chani
insani unacho
nina mimba we
achani
nina mimba
simbera kabisa
nati nina mimba
kuma chani
kuma kankram
kankram serious maka chasu ni serious
manje
dai
ni wandeke we
dai
we nileke we chani we chani we
your system active
iwe chani
kwa kachope macho uziwa
iwe
ngamchambama ungaba good festival
nikakuchiworia nchani
nikakuchiworia serious
manje nchani
okay let me tell you this time
nchani
let me tell you mwambela kapyambila lelo sisi nakachasu please uyu mwana ali mara wamona ni mwana
mwako
olesiwanga ya my sister give me the bottle in fact pase bottle ona pase bottle hii mwoku mara kachasu kuma hivi kuma uza mwana mara
mwako mwana
so uza mwana badi mwana kipetela fika pale that takes up
ziba ni 9 months
manje wasta wako kachasu kuma so good serious
nani yako mimba
ona let me advise you kachasu na kwa please kamba leo leke ina mabadi effect family manini sasa Suzadia mwana zamka na hivyo mwana ati Suzadia kono lili hapo but ulinuna kachasu so ushua mwana azamu kachasu mara serious sura wapika watu wanasema mwana wako waje huko so mwana zanga kwanza mwana
akamwa kachasu
uzinga go serious in fact acha na mbama wale kwa serious na please napata sia this thing is bad mwambie unasta effect mwana vipambili maningi mwana na kupapata please advise enough pastor. Leka church leka nafaka please with bad please. Please my sister, you're cute, you're beautiful. Leka please. Papa, please, that's my words. Na pause. What is my name? Hey, what is my name? Yeah, Zapchana, Mucha, what is it? When I was a thing, I went my dwari and chan. Yeah, I could do, well, Pakuno, Chani, Pakuno, Chan, that too. When I time to my day, just a drown, just a very tumba. Just a very tumba, and there's a chan. And there's just a very tumba. Just a chan. So, excuse me. Come here, my brother. Come here. Come here. Just come here. Where la child can decide. Ella, please, excuse me. I'm still against it. And you are very handsome. You are very handsome, and I like your luster. I don't know if you call it your luster, man. I don't know. Please, just come here. I want to talk to you. Yes, please. Yes, please. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. The whole world at large is looking at you as a young generation. The whole world at large. Okay? If they say imiti ekona empanga, if now impanga eremona kakwati we olimshini yakabashani kuntashi. Ikaba number if impanga, not impanga, number if impanga. You right? Look, you are very handsome young man, you can do better. Let me tell you something. I lost my parents when I was just 2 years old. And I started hustling in my life when I was just a little boy, looking after animals, thousands of animals. If I lost one, they were beating me. You understand? I didn't give up. I didn't start even drinking. I didn't even start smoking. Because I know when you smoke, you are no longer being the same person. You understand? And look, if I ask you, this pregnancy, even the same person who is responsible to this, you don't know. But you are here. And imagine you are producing children without parents. What's the name you give your child? Beyonce Kachasu, Sophia Gajirijiri. Okay? You have robbed your sister here, beating your sister, and you think your life will be the same, you'll be arrested. And you have your brothers and your young sisters, and all the eyes of your brothers and your sisters, they're looking at you. And they hear people say, Nichani, look how smart I'm looking. You see? We are the community. I am a community. You are a community. You are busy here, no, if you bomber yanganepo, you are the bomber. I am the bomber. We are the bomber. Drug abuse is very dangerous for young generation like you. Very dangerous. So when you abuse it, you're abusing yourself, and you're abusing the whole world, and the whole world, Inyiga yonse, ilanganya for this one. Please, set your house in order.
Thank you very much. That's a song.
You know, guys, ninapenda bima fluffy, like serious. When you bima njomba na 6-pack, when you kata it like serious. I was so scared inayo panati kwa sila na ako nkambuya kumanda. Serious. So pamene paja so at least kuzobwera vamuna kumbuyoko kuvinendoka mbe foni yanga ijamene iPhone yamene chinyotula ichai kunitenga mbe foni naka Gucci bag kanga kati
iwona ine singadabha waiziva naine adabha kwanza kuseni wanyumba napeza vamadishi vatenga waiziva apana wamnawo majanja
jangi vamene drugs yavute vasokonizelu vinji vagwela
kai hapa enza kunuza njivele pani tinasiyana mailo anakumana na vimatanga vinampoka na foni ndiye naenda nuza wabosi mwaiziva
nisipanga makumbi mwacho uone makumbi mwalili mwacho nisipanga makumbi mwacho
wewe ukasingereza ne
Are you telling me that my drugs yema kupangani? What do you mean atema kupangani? Nikampako cha sasa niyo. Yeah, it's in my cheeky. I'm telling you bad for you. On the morning kila ini my youth nisifuni kwambo bema chamba mabolo haya. Yakonongani. And top of that your lungs will get hurt and ifuti muzakonda fast. Na hata miyonse izafeda yoyonse.
You never book a cover by the book unayo ukamba chani unayo. Iwe never book a book by the book unayo. Iwe.
The only thing I'm saying that you're handful. What's it? You will little bema che. I also have bema for like bema bolo you know. I'm telling you.
Mtu wangu kulikuwa meti maendo kwa noma shita kanseri mwaiziva ka you fly free na kuluma kwa yesu nyama die kwa iziva ka mama ta kanseri mpali vamene hivi pali life ya ma youth bongali la waiziva ka so kapana nakona ka paper waiziva ka waiziva ka mtu wangu aka ka paper ka ngaba dieki na you fly waiziva ka kaku madrugs vamene viono ngawaiziva mtu wangu so kapena interested wote ngazikutenga ngazienda waiziva
Boy, ukwenza po bwanji. Boy, zapezeka machezi kwa mimi.
Kuli machezi? Kombe wewe. Ndisakira machezi.
Akuno baliko ngatumfuna ngande pali wa deck napaza wa yutila balipo.
Bolo, marijuana, heroin, and cocaine. All these can destroy your brain. So, refrain and abstain. It pains me so much to see us, the young youths, and the people who have been trained by the country to maintain, sustain, and sustain. The development of the country is on you. Can somebody please explain? Bazed, we can do better.
It's reasoning more to see our leaders and businessmen who tend to conspire to import harmful substances which tend to destroy us youths for their selfish desires. Inspirational? No. Dare, just dare to do great. My youth, tisalapuke.
Nobody here is able to trace the source of this trait. Drug abuse is something we must not embrace. Taking our space at a fast pace, it's such a disgrace. People take drugs because of pleasure, leisure, curiosity, kuchosama pressure, peer pressure. All I want to say is that, youth, keep your composure and limit your exposure, please.
Problem, just don't become a problem. To community, society, I mean, just keep your integrity. Preserve dignity. Let's just quit illicit. Mwambie naka.
A big round of applause for the Kalingalinga youth. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful presentation. Thank you. We now have the Mandevo project. Mandevo.
Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. I said those guys who smoke here, all for my one. You are all for the streets. For the streets, I said those niggas who drink, you are all for my one. For my one, you are all for the streets. For the streets, slide in and slide out. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Are you aware that those niggas who do drugs, they don't live long, They don't live long, They don't what? They don't live long, Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Those people tell you to do drugs are for my one, For my one, They are for the streets, For the streets, We are youth, we need to act smart, Smart, Me and my brothers, we've taken a rise against awareness on drugs. Awareness on drugs. Awareness on drugs. Yeah. Awareness on drugs. Okay. Awareness on drugs. Right. Awareness on drugs. Okay. Awareness on drugs.
They are for Mawane, say. If you are taking drugs and you don't want to change, you are for Mawane, say. If you don't have your COVID vaccine, you are for Mawane, say. Go and get the vaccine, say. You are for the streets if you don't want to get counseling, say. You are for the streets, say. Eh? So, that was Mandevo Youth Group. Now we are having a poem. We're having a vote of thanks before we close with Mark 2 in the house. So first of all, let's have a vote of thanks for one of the youth who has been here with us throughout. Come.
We've been together for so long, my baby, that's why I'm drunk in your love in the Pellegrini. First lady, matter of fact, the only lady. If you not get with you, but it's I think you know by now that I was serious. If I got the views, then I was very I should look at the way that you making me grow up. I grow up, when you just show up. Mona, never catch a kuchunga bige. I found me a real wife. Your body, I was smoking for Facebook. Again, Nimba, a couple of stays together. There's a couple of stays together. I'm thinking of other things that we should do together. Grow old, just act the fool together. When I run about God, you know the food I take. That's how keep it easy when you put together. Every say that we won't feel a daylight. See the good see a man of mama who died. Hello, food, now I say I shall have a kuchunga big. I found me a real wife. I was smoking for Facebook. Again,
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day, please.
The Director General, Drug Enforcement Commission, Dr. Musonda Mwai, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes, Country Coordinator, Dr. Mujinga Ngonga, the Senior Officers for Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts, Senior Assistant Commissioner in charge of operations in the Drug Enforcement Commission, Mr. Joseph Kaluzi, Senior Assistant Commissioner in charge of Lusaka Province, Mr. Anderson Mbawe, Senior Assistant Commissioner in charge of Anti-Money Laundering Investigations Unit, Mrs. Priskoro Lesa, Senior Assistant Commissioner in charge of Education and Counseling Department, Dr. Isaac Masie, Assistant Commissioners from the Drug Enforcement Commission present here, senior and other officers present here. The youth groups that are participating in this awareness, not forgetting the artists and the performers, and of course yours truly, the Fourth Estate, our media. In other words, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, invited guests. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to the Drug Enforcement Commission Command for extending an invitation to the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Art for us to partner with the Commission on this awareness activity. Arts acknowledged with gratitude this invitation by the Drug Enforcement Commission and would have loved to be here himself, but due to other national matters, to officiate at this very important activity, which is being held under the theme, Fighting Drug Abuse Among the Youth. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts has been active in ensuring that the youth of this country take a leading role in the development of this country. There are many activities that the ministry has been undertaking for the youth in the country. One of the major programs is the Youth Empowerment Program, from which many youths from across the country have benefited through the Empowerment Fund and support for their small-scale businesses. The ministry has been proactive in supporting various sporting activities which are aimed at keeping the youth busy with constructive programs rather than engaging in illicit vices. All this, ladies and gentlemen, is meant to ensure that the youths in the country take a leading role in the development of the economy of this great nation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore very disheartening to see the figures that have been revealed by the Director General of the Drug Enforcement Commission, which is showing that there is an increase in the number of youths that are involved in drug and substance abuse across the country. The Director General has informed me that about 10,000 youths aged between 15 and 25 years old have come in conflict with the law on drugs in the country over the past 5 years. This number is really worrying to us as a ministry whose primary mandate is to oversee the development of the youth in the country, and not vices such as these. As you may be aware, drug abuse is detrimental to the development of any individual or society. It is for this reason that efforts such as the awareness activity, which is meant to raise awareness on the dangers of drug abuse among the youth in our community, must be commended and supported. I further note that the Commission has prevention and treatment programs in which various communities and groupings are educated on the dangers of drug and substance abuse. It is gratifying to learn that the number of youths who are struggling with the issue of drug abuse, who are seeking help, from the Drug Enforcement Commission is increasing every year. I wish to call upon all who may have the problem of drugs to heed the call by the Commission to approach the Commission and get help. The government is committed to the fight against drug abuse and drug trafficking among the youth. This is in an effort to cultivate a society that channels its energy towards productive activities that contribute to the national well-being and economic development. This is in line with the 7th National Development Plan, which aims at creating a diversified economy for sustained growth and socio-economic transformation. However, this cannot be achieved if the nation is ravaged by destructive vices such as drug abuse, which reduce productivity. Additionally, drug trafficking facilities, vices such as money laundering and illicit financial flows, which have serious effects on the economy and consequently the country's development. It is for this reason that government has embarked on several initiatives to strengthen the Commission's capacity to respond to the trend in drug abuse and drug trafficking across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, the government continues to support institutions such as the Drug Enforcement Commission because of the key role it plays in ensuring that our country is safe from illicit activities. It goes without saying that the security of our borders and that of our communities is highly dependent on a successful fight against such vices. The youth are the leaders of today and tomorrow this country, and therefore it follows that they ought to stay drug-free for them to have a clear mind and make good decisions that will benefit this country. Ladies and gentlemen, many times people that are winged off from counseling programs find it difficult to reintegrate into society because of stigma and sometimes lack of economic activities to sustain them. This ministry stands ready, Director General, to extend the youth empowerment activities to such youths so that they do not fall back into the illicit vices. In conclusion, I wish to call upon all the cooperating partners to join in the fight against drug and substance abuse, especially among the young people. I further wish to call on the youths of this country to concentrate on productive things and stay away from drug and substance abuse. God bless you and Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Okay, it's cool to not drink or not smoke. And even those same things that are allowed, that are not against the law. What, Dalala? Even those things, there's a time for those things. It's actually sad that most young people, most youth who abuse alcohol and drugs start at a very young age. By the time I left Kapari stage, I've got quite the reason. Quite the gauge, she's already too late, already addicted, you know what I mean? But so from here, today onwards, I'd like to tell you here that I've never drunk, I've never smoked my whole life, and I'm still cool. I'm still the dopest, freshest name in the game. Michael Biden style also. If you do your research, you'll find out even the craziest people you see, like Pilato, he doesn't drink or smoke. Do your research. Pilato, whatever you know, Pilato, Chashi. Soba, B-Flow, Sheffy 187, Peterson. I'd go on and on to tell you people who don't drink and don't use any sort of drugs. To everybody with a voice out there, all you guys who claim to be role models, I think it's time that we deliberately created this image that, hey, being drug-free is actually cool. It's cool. You know what I mean? So that's a challenge to all my friends out there in the media all my friends in entertainment. Let's do that. So what song are we singing? What song are we singing? Let me not bore you with the speeches. What song are we singing? Hello. After John said to Sungunalando, Ambulanda to Watala. DJ, let's go. So we're just gonna do one more song. And after a bit, I'm going to come back and I'm going to ask you guys to ask me questions. So, like I said, you guys need to go home with some information that you didn't come with here. They say knowledge is power. In fact, there's no knowledge that is not power. So I want you guys to go home with something. DJ, are we ready? Let's go.
Calendar your music promotion. Everybody that remains optimistic, everybody that has remained positive, this was for you. Yo boy, yo History chabe na lefanka pange na lisaba na serious ishale kwa masange. But I guess I'm a plan yesu yakwe Kristu ina saya profene yakwe. I still can't believe that we lost faith, but even in that moment I see what God gave. I'm smiling in the middle of a storm, my nigga. It's a plastic to ever make it home, my nigga. I was told that you lose like an ano, but so I go hard on the till I'm gone, my nigga. No easy paper, fya kuma academic. No connection, plus it's pandemic. That's why I got him at a pandemic. But I know that he got me. Security fail, umutende mumutima efintu fire. Ibina ne wonyalo kako pekada, but you feel is and devil kufikada. Atinga yako za feel to kubahada, batiri bada lole bela kupada. Weleza wako mutale mwanza, ajishani uko Michael Afaza. Wale niko na ine shuoji, katished ko feri on se shuwa. DJ shorty, there's only one shorty, don't waste it. So I took that test and SCTT. If the corona couldn't stop the boy, I seen him come, so I can't shock the boy. But listen, it's been a crazy year, in between shake for 2021. Come on, yeah, my dancing over. Shout out to my big brother, BK, Jump. I'll put you together, go for the swag forever. And I go for the dopest, precious. I deserve your phone. Who that? And came back too. And then I had to all my hustlers out there. Oh, your mouse with me one more time. Yeah. We ain't never gonna stop. With the mangas. Are you there? We just warming up, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, she wish.
Bring it down. We'll be back. Thank you so much.
Okay, we have Shadrach Kazuma from Chawama. What's your question?
My question is, I want to know the effect of this drug called marijuana. I heard that it has got, it damages the cells of the brain. So now I want to know better on that point. Thank you.
Never munje beko limbina benefits.
Natotela. To start with the question of Chipusha, pakwebati ichamba nishi chichitamu kati kamubili wa muntu. Mchamba ichikolamu tuchita THC, tetrahydrocannabinol shanilya. Iyo ine eikola. That's the stuff which is in marijuana which makes you get high. Now, what it does is that it goes into the body and it attaches itself to the fatty tissues that are in the body. The brain, if you know, is made up of fatty tissues. So when they say that it will damage your brain, it is because THC attaches itself to the fatty tissues that are in the brain and it begins to affect your brain makeup. Secondly, cannabis. Nangule chamba, we call it a psychotropic substance. Psychotropic, psycho, mwanjwa psycho, atali ba psycho. What does that mean? It means that it affects the psycho part of an individual. So, even though waliwafe high, yonse waliwafe high, nga waisanga walipena, it's because of the psychoactive part that is in the cannabis. Ama benefits ya mchamba. They say mchamba kuti mwafunyamo medicine, kuti mwafunyamo some things that can cure people. It is through a laboratory process that will separate the 2,000 plus chemicals that can cause harm to the body from the 400 that can cause the positive things. Now, doing it by you smoking, you are just destroying yourself at the expense of your own future. There are no benefits that are there in you taking the marijuana directly. That is why the country, when they thought of legalizing, they said we are going to legalize it for medicinal purposes only, meaning that we still arrest. Why? Because this thing has been harmful to the body of everybody and will continue to be harmful, and there is no one who can change that fact. Valiavaland that no, let's legalize it. The only question I ask is, let's start with your house. Twaisa kunganda kumwenu, tuambila abafyashi badola, abafyashi abanakashi badola, and everyone, including babies. Will you allow it to happen in your home? So if you can't allow it to happen in your home, why do you want it to be legalized so that other people's children can go into it? So that is, I think, where the debate is all about.
Thank you so much, sir. Please stick around for a bit more. I'll just ask for two things from you. One is, mwebasana scientific nama terms. Never pita wantu ni inclusive. Ila THC much on
THC.
THC, okay. The other thing is, please keep your answers short so that we can accommodate as many questions as possible. Kachanana, I said we are going to be gender sensitive, so we are looking for a question from a lady.
Okay, we have Leah in the house.
Hi, Leah.
I want to ask about when you arrest the drug users, during the process of the arresting, yes. How do you help them? Is there a rehabilitation process? If you arrest them, because I know a friend who's been arrested for 10 years, and then the person is just suffering in there. The crime committed is drug abuse, but then the person has been arrested and being treated like somebody else who's done another crime. So like, what are some of the rehabilitation strategies that you have to help them? And then also, I want the community, the people that are in charge of helping the causes of drug abuse. Like, we should really get concerned on what's causing us youths to use these drugs and not the end game of whatever we do. Like, what is causing us, especially in universities, in schools, what is really causing that? Like, the concern should be there and not arresting just as you see someone smoking, you will get now. No. Like, we should really see the cause. Yeah, that's what I want.
Thank you, Leah. Over to you, Makitu.
According to my own experiences, and whatever I say here mostly is not gospel truth, it's not cast in stone, it's just my own understanding through my own experiences. The worst peer pressure is not the one where people are forcing you to do something. The worst peer pressure is where you just feel like, I won't be accepted if I don't do this. They just make you feel like, I've even seen people who, you know that sort of thing. So I think, like I stated earlier, we need to create a scenario where staying away from drugs is still cool. You know what I mean? And I'll keep emphasizing on that. We need to create a society where staying away from drugs is cool.
Thank you very much. So, why don't we assist them? If you take a horse to the river to go and drink water, will it drink it? Is it going to drink? Mostly the people that we are arresting are those that are repentant. They don't want to change. So even if we force counseling on them, they still will not change. So what we are doing is, before we can arrest you, please come. And if you have seen that you have a problem of using drugs and probably you're failing to stop and things like that, come to our office. Don't wait for us to arrest you, then think that no, I shouldn't go to jail. You know, you have breached the law. So the first step that you must realize is, as you don't need to engage yourself in drug abuse. So if you need help, you need any information, Kunumoko, hello, Ama counselors, can I have, just raise your hands behind there. Okay, counselors. If you have a problem with issues of drug abuse and you want to come out of it, it is easier for us to reach out to you and to help you.
And I'd also like to add that the counseling is very confidential. Whatever you disclose there will not be in the public domain, won't be shared anywhere to anyone.
Amen.
Kachanana, can we have 2 more questions before we do that last song?
Yes, we have a question from Jordan.
All right, my question is that, is it true that people smoke weed, they began to have more knowledge or brain
Mark 2, obviously.
I actually spoke about that just a while ago.
Yeah.
About how even music, a lot of us were told that, before you have a stage or back to him, we don't have buy for something. I've been here the whole time. Those that received me from the car park to the time I was backstage, no one here, and I'm going to perform with all the energy in the world because I love what I do, you know what I mean? And I have a reason for doing it. I encourage a lot of young people to do is if you to the best of your ability. One, it should be something that you are really meant to do. Two, it's something that you have committed your life to. And that's all you need to do. Way before you even finish school, find out that one thing that you are meant to do, something you have passion for. So that I want to tell you about something perhaps which the people.
I've never smoked marijuana in my life. And yet I'm active, I'm passionate about what I do, and I do everything with energy and with all the power that I have. Okay, there is a difference between possession of drugs and trafficking in drugs, according to the law. Now the law says 0.5, less than 0.5 in possession, 0.5 grams in possession. 0.5 grams going up is trafficking. You'll be charged with the offense of trafficking. Now, to give you an idea, just ask those guys around you there. They'll tell you how big a boy is, like a bowl of cannabis. They've seen it. That guy there, you've seen him? Hello, you've seen him, Okay, one bowl of cannabis weighs between 0.8 grams going up to 1.2, 1.5 grams. Meaning that one bowl of cannabis, you're already trafficking. You'll be charged for the offense of trafficking. Now, what does that mean? It means, number one, we can't give you police bond. Number two, even if you go to court, they can't give you bail. You'll be coming from jail from the time you're arrested up to the time that you finish your sentence. Sentences, they range from 1 day to 25 years in prison. Now, that is just dependent on the judge yote ngabaisa na bafuwe yote utibaisa na yalo ingira 7 years. Yote ngabaisa babukire kule 5 years. Just like that, even for one bowl. So, you cannot tell how long you are going to be behind bars with a case of drugs. It's a serious offense under the laws of Zambia, and please stay away from drug abuse and drug trafficking.
Okay, can you also speak about
Hello, Makitu.
Mkwa?
Before Fwampule Poboy na iwe.
Lolo.
Chilisha.
Lolo. Chishanyapu. There's some Chishanyapu, 1 or 2 things first. So, just 2 more questions, and these questions are from me. The first one is there a difference in sentencing between the first offender and someone who's done it before?
There is. The second offender, minimum sentence is 10 years behind bars. Minimum, judge, minimum 10 years. Otherwise, it's 10 years up to 25 years.
Okay, the second and last question before we get back to the music is DEC. Obviously, people are known, you guys are known for being against drugs, and really like what we're learning today about how you do counseling and events like this where we're one another and you're actually creating awareness. But apart from drugs, I want you to explain to some of the people who might not know what other services or what other responsibilities you do or you have.
We have a responsibility to investigate financial cases and money laundering. Now, money laundering in simple terms is any dealing that you have with a proceed of crime. A proceed of crime is anything. If you steal, yes, you'll be charged for stealing. But where is what you stole? We should arrest you also for what you stole. So, money laundering cases, that whatever madam who is in charge of that unit, madam just wave. She's the head of the anti-money laundering investigations unit. And so if you are found with anything that is a proceed of crime, or somebody steals money, they go and build a house, and instead of them registering it in their names, so that Bapti say that that thing is not theirs, but it is yours. When we come, and even the house will be seized and forfeited to the state. That's the other responsibility that we have as the Drug Enforcement Commission.
Thank you so much, sir, for all that information. I'm sure all of us have learned one or two things. What song are we singing? Before I go, what song are we singing? Any requests? Any familiar? DJ, let's go.
Sing along if you know this one. I think in the mutima wako, mami, organize the care with the body. Unexplainable feeling, the life yanga we pass a meaning. Nobody ever meant what you meant to me. Plus me the my ex now dead to me. Never feel shaba kuchonga bige. I found here we wife. Everybody have a smoke of festival. Yeah, ni mama na mrula.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for the opportunity to give a vote of thanks. First of all, I want to say thank you to the Permanent Secretary for being here with us from the time we started up to now. And also to the Drug Enforcement Commission, we thank you for inviting us as youths. We really appreciate your gesture that you have showed unto us. We are youths, and these things, they affect us mostly in our community. And so by you inviting us to come and learn at this program, we really appreciate, and we say thank you very much on behalf of all my friends who are seated this side, all the young ones and everybody else. We thank you very much.